Well, today's video is all on tire pressure. What should the tire pressure on your car be, especially if you've put different size tires on, if you've altered the weight of your vehicle, suspension, all that stuff. Sometimes the factory specifications aren't right. Do not, in any circumstance, read the maximum tire pressure on your tire and fill it up to there. A lot of people do, and that is correct. If you have a Dodge 3500 crew cab with the same tire that a Dodge 1500 single cab has, they could have the same tire and a completely different pressure would be required because the 3500 crew cab is way heavier. That's why you will have different specifications for fully loaded and unloaded, and fully loaded will always be a higher pressure. Anyway, there's a real simple trick to finding out what your optimum tire pressure would be, which is when the entire tire, the whole thing, is flat on the ground. It runs flat. The outer edge doesn't make more contact. The inner edge doesn't make more contact. When a tire has too little air, then the outer edges make contact and the inner doesn't. When it's too full, the inner will make more contact than the outer. So what I've done on the Jeep is I put 26, 27, 28 on the front passenger side, and 29. So I've got 4 different tire pressures on here, and I'm going to mark the tires with very simply with a white Sharpie paint pen, and then drive straight down the road for a few miles and then pull over onto the side. You don't want to turn very much. You want to turn as little as possible. You want your tires all going straight, and then you're just going to look at the contact patch where that little line is and see where it's worn out, which one's worn out more on inner, outer, whatever. And we're looking for one that's worn out completely evenly. So let me get a Sharpie pen and we're going to mark the tires. Okay, so I've marked all 4 tires and then went over again, gave them a second coat just to make sure they've got enough paint on them. It's not going to wear off in 2 seconds. You could use chalk too, but chalk is going to wear off really, really quick. So it might not give you quite an accurate reading. Paint pen is pretty damn easy. So I'm just going to wait for these to dry a little bit, and then we'll just pull out on the road and go for a straight drive for a couple miles. Okay, well, I drove about 4 miles up the road and 4 miles back. It's all straight. Now, if you're an older guy like me, you remember a time when 32 was the tire pressure for everything except for like tow trucks. 32 was the magic number for all tires. It is not so today. Low profile tires need a lot of tire pressure to keep them from let them protect your rims. So other than turning in and out of my street and driveway, which is canceled, I came out in the one direction, going back in the same direction, and doing a U-turn at the end of the road, up near the road. This is all mostly straight driving. A little bit of wet, unfortunately. But we should be able to see the results here in a second and see which tire pressure looks like it is the flattest. Okay, so pulled in, and this is the 26 tire. There's a little bit of paint remaining on the inner side, and it's off on the in and outside, so that might be a tiny bit too low. This one's 27, and I cannot find the paint marks on this. We'll look at the other 2 and then we'll roll the vehicle. It must be underneath. It must be at the bottom. So that's 27. This one's 28. 28 is, there we go. You can barely see it right across here, see? And that's fairly evenly worn all the way across the paint. That's 28. 29 is here. 29, the outer isn't worn out there much. Inner dead center is worn. So 29, I think 28, 27, 28 pounds for this vehicle is probably about right. I'm gonna move it and see if we can't find that 27. Let's back it up real quick, 1 sec. 27 appears completely gone. I rolled it back another foot and there's no line. So 27, 28 is what I'm going to go for on this. Yeah, 27, 28, 29 looks like a little bit much. 28, 27 seems to be perfect. Again, just a seat of the pants test, not 100% pure science, but if you have no clue, if you've changed the tire size radically on your vehicle and you're looking for a close start to find your tire pressure, this is a good way, easy, cheap, free way to do it. And also make sure if you've got alignment problems, this isn't going to work for you. It's probably better to do all 4 tires the same pressure at the same time and then check, because weight in the rear and the front is going to be different. I just wanted to do all 4 at once and find a good median. On the Jeep, the weight's pretty, this is a 4-cylinder, so it's pretty evenly distributed. You know, the engine's way back and you got fuel back here, whatever. I'm close enough, I think, that 28 and 27 is fine by me. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, tell me I'm wrong, tell me I'm right, whichever. Thank you very much.